Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by The Last Take Two. Lucas Ballingall, here in Los Angeles. How are you, mate?
Well, good, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Very well, very well. A hectic week, 5 different opponents or whatever, but we do have a fight on Saturday night. If you can, for the first question, just sum up what a week this has been so far, and it isn't even fight night.
Crazy week. Obviously, the intention to be out here fighting Vergil Ortiz, main event, massive fight, career-changing fight. 4 or 5 different opponents. It's been crazy, mate. It's been crazy.
Why was now the right time? Obviously, look, it's not going to happen, but just in terms of Mikey and his career and taking this fight, why was now the right time for him to fight Vergil Ortiz?
Listen, like he's been the underdog on most of his fights. He's beat 7-8 British prospects. He's above British level. He's ranked number 3 for the WBO. Ortiz is number 1. Mikey wants to fight for a world title. Beating Ortiz will give him that shot. So he's ready for it.
Obviously, a lot of people in the UK are saying, "Oh, he's brave to take this. He's brave." Obviously, Vergil's been knocking people clean out over here. Loads of first-round stoppages and whatnot. But I don't know. Does it kind of show the minerals that fighters should have, and should more fighters kind of follow suit? I mean, he's been labelled as brave, but at the end of the day, he's just taking a fight in his division. This should be something that we call standard practice in boxing, no?
He's not brave. He's confident. Like he believes he's win. The whole team believes he beats Vergil Ortiz. Yeah, devastating puncher, knocked everyone out he's ever fought, but he's never fought anyone like Mikey. And Mikey don't get hit. And I think Mikey's style is completely wrong for Vergil Ortiz.
Well, it's not going to be Vergil, like we said, 5, 6 opponent changes, whatever. I know he's kind of kept cool and collected in front of the cameras and that, but from just speaking to him and being around Mikey, I bet it's been a bit of a taxing time because he wants to fight Vergil, and it's all been a bit of a pain in the arse, really, isn't it?
Of course, like devastating. 4 or 5 changes of opponents now, but main thing is he's fighting, making his US debut in front of the US fans and the Pompey fans who's come over to support him, and he's going to announce himself on the American scene, and they'll know how good he is and how dangerous fight it would be for anyone in the lightweight division.
Do you think this could kind of have worked in his favour a little bit because, like we said, yes, he's not getting the fight that he wants, but there's a lot of American attention now and people going, "Oh, Vergil Ortiz has pulled out. Who was he fighting?" Now Mikey's name's in there, and the 2 guys from the main event, he could meet them in the future. So do you think this has kind of worked out in the best way possible?
I wouldn't say it worked out as good as possible. At least he's still fighting, and yeah, he could fight the winner of the new main event, the 2 lads. Obviously, we were so confident it would be Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz is up there and one of the best fighters in the welter division at the moment. So beating him, it would be fun for world title. Now that he's backtracking a little bit, and will make his journey a bit longer for that. But yeah, like we're blessed to still be fighting, and he's confident whoever he's fighting tomorrow night, he's going to be beaten. So yeah.
Do you think Mikey's got that sort of star potential to make it in the States? Because it's not just about what you do in the ring as well. And I know this week he said that he's earned a lot of US fans, people messaging him saying how well he's handled himself. I know De La Hoya seems to be really keen on him as well. Do you think he's sort of got that complete package of outside the ring as well and just being himself? And I know, has he got the potential to keep fighting over here and really be like a star in the US, do you think?
Definitely. Like he has got the full package. And he will beat anyone they put in front of him, like over here in UK, anyone. And his confidence shows how confident he is. He's not blagging anyone up. He's just being himself, and everyone can see that. And yeah, him just saying yes to every fight he's been offered since Vergil Ortiz has pulled out just shows what sort of man he is. And yeah, I'm glad everyone's supporting him over here as well as back home now. And it's going to be a great fight tomorrow night.
Just one more thing on Mikey before we talk about yourself. Brought a little mob out here as well. Despite the opponent changes in the fight, obviously not being on the same magnitude, still got some people who are coming out here to support him. So the Pompey massive right in force.
Exactly that, mate. Like, we're all devastated for him, of course, but it doesn't matter who we fighting. Like, we'll all still travel to support him, whether it's a big like world level fight or we sparring. We'll all still come out and support him. Do you know what I mean? That's what we do. We back our own, and we're just excited to watch him perform tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing Mikey do his thing. I've got to talk about yourself and sort of where you're going next. I think we spoke after your fight in Bulgaria. Belarus, on one of the Al Siesta shows. Suffered defeat that night and since fought for the English title. I know some of your team were saying earlier there's been other offers for fights. Just talk to me, man. Where are we at?
That's the thing. I wouldn't get no opportunities. I've had opportunities. I've been pro 7 years now. I've been pro 7 years, and I've only had one title fight. I was unbeaten. COVID struck. I wasn't with a big promoter, and I just couldn't get a fight. So I took the fight out in Belarus against the Russian, like the homeboy. He was a strong lad. I thought I schooled him personally. A lot of people did think that I schooled him, but he was a strong lad. He was game, went the distance, and as you're not going to get the decision out there if it's a fight like that. So I didn't get the decision, but it is what it is. Got back in the gym, worked on stuff, and then I was mandatory for the English title for about a year and a half altogether. But the champion was injured or whatever, so I could never have the fight. But the thing is, I was mandatory for so long, still growing. It got to the point where we finally got offered the English title fight, but we didn't know if I could make 135 anymore. But because it was still COVID times, and we got the opportunity we've been waiting for at least a year and a half, we accepted. I had a good camp. I trained hard, done everything right. The fittest I've ever been, the strongest I've ever been. But I was just too big for lightweight. So I made the weight as a professional. On fight night, I wasn't right in the fight. Don't get me wrong, I thought I won the fight again. And a lot of people did. I bullied the champion back, but I was physically there, but I wasn't mentally there. And I just gave it to him for 10 rounds, pushed him back, bullied him about. He didn't want to be in the ring with me, and I lost by a point for the English title. But the thing is, I was gutted. Of course I was. But even if I won that fight, I was vacating and stepping straight up anyway. I was always going to go up to 140 after that fight anyway. Once again, that's my first 10 rounder, and that was the champion's 5th or 6th 10th round fight, and he would have fought it the other way around. First time I've done 10 rounds and I finished strong, and I was gutted. But it's all learning. I'm still young in the game, but I just want them big fights now. I've been pro, fighting on small hall shows, selling tickets. I've had 2 defeats now. A lot of people I was avoided, and a lot of people didn't want the fight. Had big opportunities before I suffered my losses, but no one really wanted to fight me, and they pulled out or whatever. But now I've got a couple of losses. That's not the case now. I have been getting opportunities now. But the thing is, I'm still high risk, low reward. So no one's going to give me notice for a fight. And I'm quite a big lad. My brother's a 147 fighter, and I'm naturally bigger than him. And now I'm even stepping out at 140. I'm not going to be able to take a last minute fight. But I'm in good shape now, and I am light. I got offered a couple of fights I couldn't take at short notice, at week's notice and stuff. But now I'm down in weight, and I'm just waiting for that phone call for reasonable notice. I don't need a long camp because I'm fit and I'm lowish in weight, but I need reasonable notice, and I'll beat anybody. I'm comfortable. Anyone for any title in the domestic scene, I'll beat at 140.
Yeah, so it's just sort of about getting those opportunities. I'll ask you one more thing on this. By the end of the year, is there something potentially you in your head have got a plan to have wanted to achieve? Perhaps even if it's just have one title fight before the end of the year, or to be as active as possible. Is there sort of one thing in the back of your head that you're at the end of 2022, I need to be able to say I've done this?
Of course, I want another title fight. 7 years as a pro, and I had one title fight. I was supposed to fight for the WBO European live on BT Sport 3-4 years ago now. And then the champion pulled out 3 weeks before, so that never happened. I've had English title fights, area title fights scheduled 5 years ago. I was supposed to fight for an area title when I was 19. And I've only had one title fight come off now. So yeah, a title fight is what I want this year. But even if not that, I want a good 50-50 domestic fight on a decent platform where I can showcase what I'm capable of, and win in style. So yeah.
All right, Lucas, thanks for giving me some of your time. Fingers crossed you can get what you want in the next year or so, and fingers crossed Mikey does a business, and then we can see him back in the States in a fight that he wants as well, and roll on fight night.
Lovely, yeah. Tune in and watch him. It's going to be a great performance, and yeah, let's go.